Welcome to another episode of A Drummer's Guide to. So this week I want to address something that is very relevant. So I'm really hoping that you're watching this after the fact and going, it's all fine now. Because right now, not fine. Not really. So we had a briefing that happened in the UK a couple of days ago. And basically, we've gone to new measures with this. I'm talking about COVID, by the way, in case you didn't get the gist. And so, yeah, they had this briefing. They said they've had to raise the level. Basically, the long and short of it, in terms of what I'm about to talk about, is that things really aren't going to change for the next 6 months, at least for, many industries, but I'm just going to talk about being a musician, obviously, since I am. And this question was actually asked, and this subject was inspired by a friend of mine, Ed Thorne, who is an awesome drummer, lovely human being. I've known him for a very long time. We know each other from the covers circuit around London and stuff, so super cool fella. And he was like, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on what you feel people should be doing, and all that sort of stuff. So I thought that I'd address that, just address it in a way that how I'm dealing with it. Look, we're all, as the buzzword of the year is, these are unprecedented times. There is no right way of dealing with this. It's just about finding a way that works for you. But I'm going to run you through a few things that I have done, I have seen, I think are important. Like I say, just my opinion. You can tell me to go away and say that's not important at all, but that's why I'm here, I guess, just to ramble on at you. So, I think the first and foremost and most important thing to focus on over the next 6 months at the very least, because who knows how long this is going to go on, who knows what the world is going to look like the other side of this. Maybe this is the new normal, I don't know, I don't have the answers, I don't think anyone does. But I think the first and most important thing to concentrate on is your health. And that is mental health, that is physical health. I think that should be the number one thing, because that is the thing that's going to make all the difference throughout this. I know that it has for me. So something simple, like all I'm doing right now is I'm taking a daily walk for an hour a day. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing any intensive mentalness. I'm doing a couple of yoga sessions here and there. I'm trying out a few things, seeing what works for me. But right now, the only thing that I'm definitely doing is going for a walk every morning, and it's part of my daily routine, which I also would highly suggest implementing some sort of daily routine just to keep you sane and know that you're achieving something every day. That's really helped for me. So yeah, that's helped my physical health. That's also helped my mental health, because it gives me time to think and just blow out the cobwebs. Like I say, feel like I've achieved something, even if it's a little bit of physical exercise. To me, that is an achievement. I'll take it. And it will put me in a better frame of mind for the day. It'll also make me more inclined to cook some nice food, some fresh food, as opposed to maybe having something that's a little more processed or a takeout or whatever. I'm not saying that I don't. As my husband calls it, that's like morale, which is also very important, and you should also have morale over the next 6 months, whether that's in the form of a takeout or maybe an ice cream or some chocolate or a long hot bath or whatever you want. That's also very important too. Now, there's a side, especially, obviously anyone can be watching this, but I'm assuming that the large majority of people that are watching this are musicians, and live music, there's a little bit of it, but it's nothing like what we've built our careers around, which is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And I'm incredibly lucky. I'm fortunate in that the timing that I set up emilydrums.com means that I've got 5 years of experience doing that, 5 years of a client base that I've built up, so I'm able to transfer my energy over to that. Also, I managed to sort of think, okay, well, what's going to help other people? So I created the remote recording business course to help others get into this world. So my suggestion in terms of pivoting, because we all have different skills, this is the thing. We're not just the instrument that we play. There are other things that we are good at. For instance, Ed Thorne, he is an amazing drummer. He also happens to be a really great photographer. He also knows how to use film equipment, so he's been doing a lot of YouTube videos, which has worked really well for him, and he's sort of pivoting into doubling down on doing that. So maybe your thing, maybe you're really good at teaching, maybe you're really good with people or kids or whatever. maybe doing the online teaching thing is like the thing to do. And I'm not saying that you're going to come into this with all the knowledge straight away. You're probably not. I'd be surprised if you do. I know that I certainly didn't when I was, when I first started the studio. Absolutely not. So not all the knowledge I needed. Barely any knowledge, in fact. And it was the same with creating that online course. I didn't really have an idea of how to do it. I had like a couple of like parts of the puzzle, but I just had to work it out. The thing that is actually really fortunate is that because of the situation, it's afforded us time to learn new skills, to, you know, really plan out and get things done in a good way, and basically just have time to invest in ourselves. I'm sure that you're similar to me in that, you know, I started playing at a young age where I was still in school, and I was afforded the time because I lived at home with my parents and I was 11 years old and I had spare time. So I was afforded time to invest in my drumming whilst I was able to be at home. And the thing is that we don't have a choice right now. There's a lot about this that is very uncertain. There is a lot about this that we can't control. So my advice and the way that I'm dealing with it is I often sort of sit down with myself because I get overwhelmed still. I still freak out about stuff. I'm still going, you know, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Is this important? Is this going to make a difference? I sit down with myself and go, right, chill, breathe. First of all, breathe. Okay, next thing, right, let's forget about all the stuff that we can't control. You know, COVID is happening. And unless you're a scientist that is helping find the vaccine or doing something, you know, around that realm, which if you're doing that and you're a musician, kudos to you. I don't know how you found the time. But what are the things I can control right now? Okay, I can up my skill set. I can learn a new skill like alongside my skill set. So me as a drummer, maybe I'd want to learn, for instance, more production. Maybe I'd want to up that skill, which can then afford me doing some sort of production work, or maybe I want to learn how to songwrite, or I don't know, just think about something that you can do aside from that. And that goes as well for things like teaching. Okay, you may have never taught anyone in your life, but do you know what? The only way to really do something is just to start doing it. You don't need to be the best. No one's the best. That doesn't exist, which is great because it means that you can do this. Like, you absolutely can. It's just about experience. And the first time of doing anything, it's going to be terrifying. But the more that you do it, the less terrifying it gets. And consequently, the better it gets. I keep thinking about the first ever A Drummer's Guide 2 video that I did. You go watch that. It's the tour bus one, right? Completely different person in terms of delivery and just the way I did it. And, you know, I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified doing that first video. But now, do you know what? Well, right now it's brilliant. I get to actually invest my time making these videos, hopefully helping someone. I just want to help one person. That's it. To do, you know, just to feel okay about anything, really, about how they're feeling about a situation, because they're not alone. You're not alone. I'm feeling just as freaked out about all of this as you are. I can almost guarantee it. But then I just, like I say, sit down and go, right, what can I focus on? And for me personally, the other question I ask, how can I help other people? And as soon as I get an answer to those two things, I make a plan and I just follow that, and I put something in my daily routine to work towards whatever goal that I have set for myself. So I'd say for the next 6 months, like I'm doing this with myself. This week I'm sitting down and I'm going, okay, right, we've just done 6 months of this. Okay, I managed to achieve a lot of stuff. I'm tired, and I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not going to be like, woo, I'm tired. It's been a long 6 months. I'm proud of myself. I've done a lot. But I need to sit down with myself and go, right, you've got another 6 months. Now what? What else can you do? What else can you do to help people? What else can you do to up your skill set? What else can you do to learn something more? And I'm going to do it. And in 6 months' time, who knows what the world's going to look like? I don't know. But I do know that I'm going to be a better version of myself. And I hope that you will be able to get yourself into a headspace where you feel like you can be a better version of you too, because you can. I know you can, because if I can, then you can. Anyway, I hope that this has helped you in some way. Let's hope things get better quickly. But in the meantime, sending you lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of love. And yes, I will see you on another video next week. All right, thank you, Ed, as well, for the question. I really appreciate it. All right, lots of love, you guys. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.